32 as well.
Yeah, an absolutely fantastic player. Has been playing for a very, very long time. I think longer even than both of us. Like Joshua's been playing for a very, very long time indeed, and that experience paying off in spades, and very much a contrasting showdown, right, of the veteran experience versus, you know, the up-and-coming, perhaps the underdog here in Clement, but going to be wanting to put his name out there as a future contender for multiple championships. As you see, the prizes that are coming out, and the one Dragon Ball prize in Pidgeot for Clement, and we do see the prizes for Joshua aren't too bad. It's, as you see, it is Dragon Ball versus Lugia, and both players will have workable prizes. But we are kicking off the top 8 here with Joshua. Both players with really not ideal starts, actually. We have Lucia against Luminion V.
Yeah, so Joshua, after a lot of mulligans there, looks like that hand's looking pretty big.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, starting off turn after the Capturing Aroma, Flipping Tail. That means you can find an evolution Pokemon, which is what he really wants to... sorry, a basic Pokemon, I should say. So yeah, let's take a look at Joshua's deck playing the Lugia V-Star Archetype. I love this deck, really fun. So Joshua has a couple mini games he wants to do. He needs to get some Archeops in his hand and then into the discard pile as soon as possible. Why is that? Because Lugia V-Star Summoning Star V-Star Power lets you grab any 2 colorless non-rule box Pokemon from your discard pile and pop them straight onto your bench. Archeops has the fantastic ability Primal Turbo, lets you attach 2 special energies from your deck to any one of your Pokemon once per turn. However, if you have 2 of them in play, thanks to Summoning Star, you have 4 special energy from your deck you can attach whenever you like, letting Joshua use a multitude of different attackers as and when he wants to.
Yeah, Summoning Star, one of the most powerful abilities maybe ever printed, and able to kind of cheat out those stage 2 Pokemon. Archeops being a stage 2, normally you can't bring it out, you have to put down, what is it, the Plume Fossil, and then evolve it up. But no, with the Lugia, you can just go ahead and bring 2 of them out with that Summoning Star ability. Phenomenal stuff. We do see there the Jet Energy coming in with the Lugia. I think Joshua, seeing what Clement has in the active, feels pretty content with knowing that this isn't going to be like a Raging Bolt that can get a really quick turn 1 knockout. So pretty safe to have Lugia in the active. So just Jet Energy there, and a pass from Joshua with a Lugia down, and a Minchino down for good measure. So a pretty good turn 1. Yeah,
so let's see, over to Clement now, who's playing the Dragapult EX Archetype, the archetype that won Dortmund Regional just a couple of weeks ago. Freya, why don't you talk to us about that Dragapult EX Archetype? What's it going to try and do?
So in some ways, it's a bit of a similar strategy to Regidrago in the sense that you really want to be attacking, like Apex Dragon with the Regidrago V-Star copies the Phantom Dive attack. But in this instance, you are just, you're doing it the old-fashioned way. You're getting your Dreepies down and you're evolving up into that Dragapult to make use of not only the Phantom Dive attack, but of course that tremendous 320 HP that the Dragapult EX has. So you'd want to be training those Dragapults. That you also have the Pidgeot EX line as a backup engine, kind of similar to how we have in Charizard. It's another stage 2. Once per turn with that quick search ability, you can search your deck for any 1 card. So you've just got like, it's basically, yeah, this stage 2 setup deck, but you're making full use of Dragapult's HP.
Yeah, and it almost reminds me, as we do see an Ultra being played, they're discarding a Counter Catcher and a Draglock of Charizard EX. Right? These are 2 cards that actually saw a little bit of play together at the start of the format, Charizard and Dragapult, as we do see that Dreepy coming down. Worth noting, the stage 1 Draglock is actually kind of useful. Has that Recon Directive ability, lets you look at the top 2 cards of your deck once per turn, put 1 in your hand and 1 into the bottom. So there is a world in which we do see the Draglock getting value, as we do see an Ino being played here as well. So both players shuffling their hand to the bottom of the deck and will both get 6 cards.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why Ino is such a great card. It is, of course, very well known for the fact that it does disrupt your opponent's hand. Of course, the more prize cards that they've taken, the less cards that they draw off of it. But then also in the early game, it can just draw you cards, right? Both players shuffle their hands, put them to the bottom of the deck, and then draw for each prize card they have. So in the early game, it's a draw 6 for you too.
Worth noting, Clement did prize 2 Fire Energy. Does play 3, so 1 is available in the hand now, and can use that Sparkling Crystal to get around that. They're both in the hand though, so if Ino comes out of nowhere here, both the Fire Energy outs will be at the bottom of the decks. Interesting thing to keep an eye on, because the Phantom Dive does have an awkward attack cost of 1 Fire, 1 Psychic. That Sparkling Crystal is very useful though. A Spec Tool card, when it's attached to a Terra Pokemon, you can reduce, well, you can minus off any energy cost from the attack. Yeah,
to that exact point, Sparkling Crystal was what really pushed Dragapult over the edge, because this isn't a card from the new USA. Dragapult did come out in Twilight Masquerade. It was very hyped going into the Twilight Masquerade format, didn't do as much, but then that Sparkling Crystal came out, and then all of a sudden, you could very easily power up your first Dragapult with 1 energy attachment and that Sparkling Crystal, so it meant you could get going a lot more quickly.
as Clement did end the turn with the instant charge from Rome, letting you draw 3 cards, but now it's over to Joshua. Does have a Lugia V-Star in hand, did attach a Gift Energy, and here we are going to see an Ultra Ball, going to discard Blastors and Jet Energy to grab himself an Archeops. Now,
there's number 1.
There's number 1. Got to get in the discard pile first. We know that there is a Lugia V-Star in hand currently, so there is no Archeops in discard pile yet, but if there's a nice Ultra Ball here, could get rid of 2 Archeops, and all of a sudden, Joshua will be off to the races. Remember, the winner of this round will find themselves in top 4 here at the Lille Regional Championship, start to get some massive amount of championship points and cash prizing as well. Worth noting, this Ultra Ball will shuffle the deck, so the cards that were at the bottom of that Iono are now liberated. Yeah,
very important to note that. It's, of course, it's one of those strange things where, because Iono does put things in a specific order in a way, right, you want to, make sure that you can shuffle the deck to sort of reshuffle the deck and let the cards at the bottom go to the top. Oh, we just spotted something, Shay.
Here we go, big research here. Do we see Archeops on the way to discard it? No!
Oh, a little bit
so
short.
Close.
We see the Ultra Ball, but no way to get another Pokemon and no Archeops. So yeah, just stuck with one single Archeops gaming here if he decides to go for it.
We could do that. That would start to apply pressure, but I don't know. I mean, we have seen. So, we did see it all the way back round 3 at this stream. Constant Climber did Summoning Star for 1. It looks like that's what Joshua is going to do. I think you kind of have to here. You're still applying pressure. Dragapult, it doesn't apply that much pressure.
It doesn't feel great because it is not hard for...
Oh, no, we're going to see a pass.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say the problem against Dragapult specifically is that it is not a deck that has a hard time finding a way to KO your only Archeops. You have the Pidgeot engine, you can search your boss's orders pretty easily later on, so Joshua recognizing, you know what, it's a bit too much of a risk. I'm not under a massive amount of pressure right now. Obviously, there are 2 Dreepy down, but at this point, I think I'm happy just sitting back and passing.
Yeah, you could just say, you know what, I'll have my optimal start. Your stage 2 deck, though, maybe you won't as well. So Joshua opted not to Summoning Star for 1 Archeops. Remember, Summoning Star is a V-Star power. You can only use that once per game. So if you was to try and pop it for 1 Archeops, that's all she wrote for game 1. So we do see a Hisuian Heavy Ball being played. Didn't looks like
no basics
hit.
Yeah.
Escape. Oh, no, that's not exclusive. Rescue board attached to the active that reduces the retreat cost by 1 on the Halucha. And here we see an Arven. Now, Arven in this stage 2 decks normally means you can get whatever you want because it can obviously search you for a tool card and an item.
And we know that the Sparkling Crystal was, of course, in the hand, but then the Ino got rid of it. So, oh wait, no, is it still in the hand? Am I misremembering?
No, it's still in the hand.
I said, oh yeah, no, it was, that was before, right? They drew it from the Ino. So, yeah, instead he used the Arven to search for that Rare Candy and the Forest Seal Stone, of course, giving Clement access to his own V-Star power. Forest Seal Stone, a tool that can be attached to any V Pokemon and gives it its own V-Star power. Once per game, you can use it, Star Alchemy, search your deck for a card.
Yep, and that's why Arven is so good in stage 2 decks, because you always grab the Forest Seal Stone. Forest Seal Stone can be anything. So we do see Rare Candy, Dragapult, Sparkling Crystal attached, I would imagine. There we go. We've got the free retreat thanks to the rescue board. That means we're going to see a turn 2 Phantom Dive. Phantom Dive does 200 damage to the active, and you can spread 6 damage counts on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like.
Yeah, and this is so hard to deal with, right? It is so much pressure coming in from not just having the active hit, but then, yeah, you set up the damage counters on your opponent's bench cleverly. You can put, say, 5 onto the or no, I guess either way around. Yeah, you could split it in a way where you can make sure next turn the Phantom Dive residual damage gets a KO on the Chinchino. In fact, you could, in theory, set up well, not even in theory, but you can set up a multiple prize turn very, very easily with Phantom Dive. That's kind of the whole strength of the deck.
I mean, you could, but Lugia does have a very good defense against that. We're using that missed energy.
Yes.
You can always try and stop any 2-hit shenanigans on the bench. We're all going to see Phantom Dive into the active 200, 6 on the Mincino.
That's a lot of missed energy in hand, speaking of which. Yeah.
I still don't see a way of getting a second Archeops out, though.
Oh, no. Yeah,
that's the thing. If we could get 2 Archeops down, he can very easily special roll and get this Dragapult clean out the active.
Yeah, the draw for turn, that was the Blood Moon Ursaluna, wasn't it?
Ursaluna, indeed.
Not very useful here.
So we could go Ultra Ball for, I mean, you could go for a Luminion, but that's just, does play 2 copies.
But against Dragapult especially, that doesn't feel great, right?
That doesn't feel great.
Phantom Dive is going to prey on that very, very easily, and it creates a very easy prize map for Clement to take advantage of.
But it looks like Luminion is going to get eyed up. What could we grab here? We do see the Jack. Grab 2 Evolution, but he can't discard them again. Could it just be a Professor Research and hope to enter Archeops plus Ultra Ball again? Could be.
But if you research, then you get rid of all your missed energy and you have no protection against Phantom Dive.
Yeah, you do. That's a good point, actually. But I think
but maybe you have to. Yeah. Oh, that does not feel good though. If you're Joshua, can't think of much of a worse set of energies to discard, especially in this matchup.
Yeah, you're right. The Mist Energy, while it's attached to a Pokemon, prevents all effects of attacks done to the Pokemon it's attached to, and since Phantom Dive placing damage counters is classed as an effect of an attack, it would stop that. However, when you haven't got your Archeops out, you haven't got a choice. We are going to have to just try and, you know, get through, power through.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm just got through it already. One of the other top 8 matches already finished. So Roan versus Anthony. Roan beat Anthony 2-0 already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So Roan will be advancing to top 4. That was fast.
Goodness, doing that in quick. I think they 2-0'd their last opponent as well, didn't they? So they are off to the races. As we do see a Jet Energy going to fling the Chinchino into the active and a Research, discarding 2 Mist Energy and a Blood Moon Ursalume. Oh no! Right. Oh wait, is that an old? What is that card there?
Oh, hold on.
I don't think after that research I saw a way to get another Archeops in a discard pile. So I think
what is it going to be? Great Ball. Oh, there's no discard cards.
No discard card again.
Well, no, last time it was no Pokemon. No Archeops. This time it was no discard cards.
True, sorry.
Missing a different thing each time. Oh, that's so rough for Joshua.
And that is the thing about Lugia. It's a very strong deck when you can attach 4 special energy from your deck. Of course it is. However, to get to that point, you have to get those Archeops in the discard pile. Gone are the days where you can use Evolution Incense or Quick Ball or Aurora Energy. You're only really using Read the Wind and Ultra Ball, and if they don't fall the right way, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Okay, so I just realized what's going on there. The games haven't been super quick. So the top 8 games were playing whilst the Asymmetrical Cup was playing, the ones that weren't affected by the bracket match, just to like save some time. So I can also tell you guys that Alberto Conti has also beaten Ethan Wild, and so Alberto was in top 4 as well. So we have 2 of your top 4 already. Wow.
As we did see the Great Ball grabbing Iron Hands EX there, and there's been another Great Ball being played. Still no Archeops.
No, still no Archeops, no way to discard things. Yeah, this is really rough. I mean, maybe now you do have to go for the single Archeops gaming, but it doesn't feel great. If you do that, you're not even getting a KO on this Dragapult.
See, if we did get the second Archeops there, we could have actually special rolled to KO that Dragapult, but nope. So we're going to see Summoning Star for 1. Archeops is in play. Primal Turbo is live. 2 special energy from the deck can get attached. It's probably have to go to the active now. Right? Just so you can put some damage into play, surely.
Yeah, but again, just for 210, right? Oh, I guess the Legacy energy is kind of nice. You can put that on the active, so that way the Phantom Dive damage will turn, you know, the pricing from 1 to 0, because if it only works if it's damage from an attack. Say if you have a Legacy Energy or something in the bench and gets KO'd by residual damage counter placement from a Phantom Dive, that plays around the Legacy Energy. So you definitely want to be careful about using that at the right time. But actually, no, just going to go for the double Gift Energy instead.
Okay, so that'd be what, 7, 14, 21. 21. Okay, so you could actually... This special roll does set up for potential Ampu very much for 3 prizes. Am I... My mathematics correct there?
It does, yeah, but again, with only 1 Archeops, it is a bit awkward, right? Because you need to have
yes,
because you need to have a double turbo in the mix somewhere.
Yeah.
And wait, would that mean that it would be short?
Yeah, it would be short with a double turbo energy.
Yeah, oh yeah, 190 goes to 290. Yeah, oh, that's super rough again. Just Joshua just missing the beats here, really not. And yeah, Clement just announced his Phantom Dive. I mean, no time wasted.
Don't need to do a lot there. So yeah, Phantom Dive into the active, and then 6 damage counters on the bench. That Lugia V-Star will survive. But that will activate Gift Energy, though.
That will.
Letting you draw up to 7 if the Pokemon it's attached to was knocked out.
I think Joshua already has 7 in hand.
Oh, okay. It's not going to activate then.
Whoops.
Not much of a gift, that one.
No, not much of a gift at all. And especially also given that the current cards in hand are really nothing that Joshua wants. So it's just really, really rough draws from Joshua's side. And this is what puts some people off the Lugia deck. It is very, very strong when it gets going, but it is sometimes vulnerable to these clunky hands where you can't really work with it because you miss your Archeops or you draw your energy so you can't Primal Turbo them. It's a deck with a lot of complex moving pieces. We do see there, you did just mention the Iron Hands. He's thinking about benching it. That's the Legacy Energy in hand too. So maybe you could Primal Turbo, you know, attach Legacy from the hand and then Primal Turbo, the double Turbo, and something else. Maybe you get 2 prizes off of, I don't know, a Dreepy or a Pidgey or something.
Well, I mean, if you're Joshua, Clement did exactly nothing last turn. All he did was attack, right? I mean,
yeah,
okay,
true.
So you haven't got too much going on, clearly. So I could try and start to race you. Here we see Jet Energy going to fling the Iron Hands into the active. Let's have a look. What are we...
Wait, okay, so if you Iron, this is fine, because then the Legacy goes back into the deck and then you can Primal Turbo it, so that's okay.
Yeah, so now we can do Iron. It's going to get both players' hands back to the bottom. And the thing is, you know that Clement didn't do much last turn, but if you need to play that Iono, you have to do it.
Wait, oh, hold on a second. No, wait, it is going to work out. No, it's not, right? This is, I got the math wrong earlier, but this is 210, right?
Right.
So, yeah Primal Turbo, this is going to be 10 short. is there something we're missing here? I don't think so, right? You know, 210 plus 100 for Ampy very much. It's 310. That's not enough.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens. Maybe we could be trying to set up the 2-shot then, maybe.
But surely you just do that with Lugia instead, right? I mean...
Doesn't want to leave it in the active, perhaps, so it doesn't just easily get KO'd. Could you put a mist energy onto Lugia at that point?
Yeah, and they're playing, you know, Joshua recognizes the mistake, and he just scoops it up.
yeah.
Just 10 short of the knockout, because it was 210 with the Cinccino, because it was free. It wasn't a double turbo.
Energy,
it was free special energy, and there wasn't the 20 reduction for the double turbo. It was still 210 plus 100 is 310. That is 10 short of the Dragon Ball EX's 320 HP. So no knockout taken. And Joshua recognizes, yep, let's scoop it up and go to game 2. So Clement takes game 1.
Clement takes game 1, does it in convincing fashion. Was straight off to the races. The turn 2 Phantom Dive put so much pressure on Joshua there. And Joshua, you know, didn't really have a lot to do. Had to take a turn off, missing off the Archeops, and then couldn't find it again. Here we saw the 210 damage special roll. Well, place of damage, and there we go. And then we saw it getting KO'd. But this was a turn where we were thinking, wait, Joshua, you realize you're a little bit off there, Joshua.
Yeah.
As soon as you realize, oh my goodness gracious, let's scoop them up and get on for game 2. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, it does. Just watch that little bit short. And the fact there was only 1 Archeops is what exacerbated that. Because in those 2, you didn't need to attach double turbo. You could have done primal turbo for non-damage reducing energies. 120 would have been enough, but 100, not so much.
Unfortunately not. And that would have been really interesting. That would have been a 3-prize turn then.
Yeah, it would have been. And that would have been a chance then for Joshua to come back, I think. But then, actually, no, it would have been really good because the Iron Hand is very hard to be one-shot. So then you open up a chance to do like another Ampy very much on something else. Yeah.
And I think if you're Clement there, you must be thinking, my hand was actually pretty dire. You know, when they just announced Phantom Dive and that was it. I had to look at their hand, it was like double counter catcher, Dust War, and a basic energy or something. So they weren't doing a lot. So if I'm Clement, I'm thinking, I had a bit of a dud hand and I managed to still get a sneaky win. So now all Clement has to do is win 1 of 2.
I mean, dud hand, but if you just have a Dragapult EX announcing Phantom Dive, you're pretty much good to go anyway, right?
Exactly. So if you're Joshua, though, you think, okay, you know, that's fine. Joshua was telling us yesterday, hasn't changed this list at all since the World Championships where he did really well. So definitely knows his way around the deck. Let's consult his prize card. Voice Stone coming in the prize cards, actually.
Oh, yes.
There's a one-of.
There's one-of, and I think the Turo is a one-of as well, and also the one-of Jacques for Joshua as well could be annoying. That's usually a very helpful setup card in the early turns if you can get the combos right. So let's see how this comes into play in this game as Joshua does go for...
There's no Archeops in that hand, and there's no Ultra Ball, so we're not going to see any Archeops. I'm not even sure there's a draw support outside that Io.
There's an Io, yeah. But, okay, in this instance, Joshua is going first, at least, and there's Lugia down. So maybe off of this Io, you know, you can find Ultra Ball double Archeops. It's not the craziest thing. Oh, a Jamming Tower, yes.
Jamming Tower. That is a staging card that makes all tool cards have no effect. So there will be no Sparkling Crystal shenanigans. Yeah. At least while Jamming Tower's in play.
Yeah, that is so effective because...
All Forest Seal Stone.
All Forest Seal Stone is actually... What this Jamming Tower essentially does is say half of this Arvin is useless.
Yep, unless it's going to be for Ultra Ball fodder.
Yeah. But yeah, very, very, very strong, especially against Dragapult. It's Lugia is one of the few decks that really doesn't make use of tools. So Jamming Tower is a very strong inclusion in it because it's something that hurts a lot of opposing decks but doesn't hurt you in the slightest.
Yep. And worth noting, Clement only plays 2 stadiums, Pokémon League headquarters and the Temple of 10% will be very impactful in this matchup.
Oh, absolutely.
But that Jamming Tower sticks for a while. You know, we saw even the rescue board came up in game 1. All very useful. So let's see what Clement does. I was going to start off here with an Arvin, letting you grab an item and a tool card. Remember that tool card, well, can't really do a lot while the Jamming Tower is in play. But the item, it looks like it's going to be Buddy Poffin. Great. Probably grab Pidgey and Dreepy if I had to guess, since there is 1 Dreepy in the active.
Yep, sounds pretty fair to me. Just to get your basics set up nice and good, especially with, I mean, it can go either way, right? A Lugia doing this kind of turn 1 can mean I have Professor's Research and 2 Archeops ready to go. Yeah. Or it can mean something like Joshua's situation where it's like, I've not got much of anything actually, and I'm just hoping that my draw supporters will find me the rest of the way. So it could go very much either way.
So we did see the Arvin conclude for Buddy Poffin, which then found Pidgey and Dreepy, and we did see the rescue board being taken. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay, so if you're Clement, you just want to maybe get some energy in play as well. Not currently in hand, actually, so it might just be a pass. But yeah, we do see a pass. Okay, Joshua. Not the greatest of starts there for Clement. Let's see if you can capitalize. Archeops off the top, but I don't think there's a way to discard, and Iona's going to put that straight down to the bottom. Do you even just read the wind here, actually?
It depends. So Yes, there is definitely an argument for that. It depends on how aggressive you think Clement's turn can be. There is the saving grace that Phantom Dive won't KO a Lugia, so yeah, maybe you just go for it. Yeah,
especially when you have the backup of the jamming tower as well, right?
Yeah, I think with the jamming tower especially, you have the protection there, makes total sense. Just get that one Archeops guaranteed in a discard pile, and then with any luck, I know next turn will find you the rest of what you need.
Although, see a rare candy Pidgeot coming slamming down.
Oh boy.
Quick search letting you grab any card you like from your deck. That is the Pidgeot's ability. Here we go, Nest Ball going to be played as well. So that means, and we know that Sparkling Crystal's currently in hand as well. So realistically, can Clement piece together the pieces to get an attack? I'm not actually 100% sure if he can, if we do see Rotom V being taken. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we saw Nest Ball from Rotom. Here we see Quick Search. I know Sparkling Crystal's in hand. There's no energy in hand, though, I don't think. There's no rare candy and there's no Dragapult. So I don't think Quick Search can just be a bailout option here.
No, I think instead it's a setup option. You know that it's going to be a bit slow, so yeah, just Quick Search with his Buddy Puffin, get some more Pokemon out, and then just maybe end the turn on an instant charge. I think that's probably fine.
Yeah. No, I think that's what we're going to have to be lining up here. So it looks like, was that Buddy Puffin potentially being taken from Quick? Yeah, because that hand's dire.
Yeah, and
a lot going on there.
And you don't want to Iono because you saw your opponent didn't do much. So you know, it's, I mean, maybe this turn you can because your opponent did do the Read the Wind. But yeah, definitely you can go for the Earthen Vessel here. You don't need that second Pidgeot, so you can probably just discard it and then grab a couple of energy, attach one of them at least to one of your Dreepies. So get yourself going a little bit, and then. Okay, here's what you can do. You can play the Iono, and then if you don't find anything, then you just end on an instant charge. It's kind of the backup option just in case. And also, if Clement can find a way to counter this jamming tower, and he finds the Forest Seal Stone, that's suddenly live again, and so you have a target to attach to Forest Seal.
Prize though, right?
Oh, wait, was it? Oh yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, it was prize. Oh, well, if he gets off the prize a bit later, you still want to get it down because I think it's literally only V Pokemon you play. There's no Luminion in Clement's deck, so without the Rotom, there is no way to be able to use the Forest Seal Stone.
Ooh, Joshua has a couple ways of getting Archeops here.
Okay.
We want this to be a heads, capturing Aroma.
It is tails.
Oh, so going to be a base. To be fair, it's not the end of the world. Joshua does have a Great Ball. It's actually a card I love playing in Lugia. Letting you look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Any Pokemon you find there, you can put in your hand.
Oh, Joshua's looking at that Iron Hands.
Iron Hands is really good against this deck.
2 prizes off of that Dreepy sounds very tasty to me, Shay. I don't know about you.
Like you said, it's outside of range of Phantom Dive. You can keep swinging. There's always going to be Pokemon, for the most part, that Clement will have in play that's weak to, well, not weak to Iron Hands, but vulnerable to Amp you very much.
Yeah, just because the HP number, exactly. So, out comes the Iron Hands. Now, there's no discard options in hand, so even if...
This is research.
Oh, is there research in hand? Oh, okay.
Put it off to Read the Wind.
Me. But in this instance, so we do know the Jacq is prized. If it wasn't, maybe Joshua could have gone for the Luminion for the Jacq to kind of guarantee the setup.
Here we go.
Here, Great Ball.
Big Great Ball. How great is this Great Ball? Archeops is there! Come on, Joshua! Let's go!
Archeops off the top 7, so now you can get this Archeops, then Professor's Research, just to dump your whole hand, get the 2 Archeops in the discard pile, and then you just find Lugia V-Star and Summoning Star, and you are rolling! Exactly
that, as Archeops was taken. There's no V-Star in hand though, right? So let's go find that off the research, but you'd hope you can, right?
It shouldn't be too much of an ass, but
Great Balls, capturing Aroma, Ultra Ball.
Then again, having said that, I've played enough Lugia games to know sometimes that's not how it works out.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, so let's see how it goes here. Yeah.
There we go.
Iron Hands.
Professor's Research. How good is Professor's Research? Professor Magnolia, how's your research looking? Lugia V-Star, please.
There it is.
Don't even have to go fishing for it.
Nope. And Jet Energy
to get it in the active as well. Here we go. Summoning Star. 1, 2. Primal Turbo. 4 energy. Going to get slammed around.
Just adjust the bench a little bit. Make the room. Maybe you can think about, double Chinchino for good measure.
Goodness gracious me, Joshua Vanoverschelde. Here we do see Primal Turbo. Where's that Legacy? There it is. Yep. Gonna need that one. And don't forget Legacy Energy. Reduces the prize cards if the Iron Hand gets knocked out as well. That's a 1 prize Iron Hand right now.
Absolutely.
Here's the scary part about Lugia. When you start to preset up the Chinchino, it's like, go on then, put a Dragapult in the active. I can't amp you very much that. Tell you what I can do though. I can special roll it clean out the active as well, and Mist Energy. Keep an eye on that one.
And not only that, but with that pre-setup of the Chinchino, even if one of the Archeops gets KO'd, you can just Primal Turbo once, attach from hand, and you're still carrying a Dragapult. This is a almost perfect, in fact, maybe it is actually outright perfect, turn 2 from Joshua. Wow.
Still left the Jamming Tower as well, and if we do see the amp you very much. Yep, there we go. I was about to say that GP should be get sent to the discard pile. Remember, amp you very much. If you carry something with this attack, you take 1 extra prize card. That's why Joshua has taken 2 over to to Clement here.
Yeah, so Clement is back, is absolutely against the wall here. Not out of the game by any means, but Joshua has gotten pretty much as strong of a start against Clement's deck as he could ask for. So yeah, that Pheasantipity is going to go down straight away, flip the script. Maybe Clement can try and flip the script to find his way back into this game.
Yep. That script is going to have to be flipped right now. We know Clement's hand wasn't the greatest. Now, I haven't had a chance to see how the instant charge treated him. Those still have quick search available, though. So here's flip the script. Draw 3 cards if one of your Pokemon.
Oh, it's 3 supporters.
Oh, damn.
I know Boss's Orders and Harvin.
You need to see some Ultra Balls or Rare Candy. You want to. That's the stage 2 puzzle, right? You need the Rare Candy and the Pokemon. Okay, so here is Arven.
But again, that jamming tower is still in play, so half of this this Arven is going to be searching for something that is essentially reads nothing, just a blank card. Well, I mean, okay, I guess in this instance it's good discard fodder, right? You're not going to be using TM Devolution against against Lugia, as we see Joshua pointing at the Archeops like, oh, you can devolve my Archeops, right? It's a stage 2.
Yeah.
So not how that works.
Not how that works. So, I mean, Pidgeot can quick search for a stadium, right? So at least we can.
That is true, yeah. But
we can use the Sparkling Crystal at the very, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, you have to, right? Because otherwise you can't attack this turn.
Is it?
At least not easily. Oh, no way, maybe I have to attack for the Dragapult. I guess you don't need to use Sparkling Crystal. You have the Psychic Energy in hand.
Oh, the Psychic in hand? Oh, yeah. I missed that.
Okay, so yeah, that works too. You can just go ahead and just, power up the Dragapult the regular way.
The old-fashioned way. I don't mind that, because you can keep the Sparkling Crystal, because there is a world, right? Well, it's a very predictable world where this Dragapult gets KO'd by a special roll, and then you are going to be needing special Sparkling Crystal that turn, right?
Yeah. So, well, I mean, you need more than just that. I mean, the big problem here that I see, where's the second Dreepy? There's no backup Dreepy. If this Dragapult gets KO'd, Clement's going to be left with no attackers.
It's a great point. Has he supported? Maybe do you boss his orders or counter catcher even? We have seen support, so we did. Yeah. Did we see counter catcher?
I think you have to. Yeah, you got it. You have to deal with this Cinchino.
You have to, and that's interesting because now the Iron Hands actually can't amp you very much. But the thing is with Cinchino, the maths works. As long as you can turn attached to it, you can reach the big Dragapult HP number.
Yeah. What this does, essentially, it takes an attacker off the board, and it means that it forces Joshua to have the NG at the very least. So it's kind of the best option in a bad situation.
Playing to your outs, right? That's how we describe it.
Yeah, but it's still not great because, I mean, we saw that Joshua has the NG in hand ready to go.
It does.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear. That Cinchino is looking mighty right now. Special roll. Remember, 70 for each special energy card attached to it. So here we go.
Yes, 1, 2. From the first Primal Turbo is going to be... Oh, actually, you should like getting all 4 of them ready already.
Might as well.
So Primal Turbo number 1 and 2, and here, Jet, V-Guard, Gift, and Mist, all going on this Cinchino. That is going to be 280 damage, plus 1 more from the hand will take it to 350 for an absurdly big special roll. This is the scariest Cinchino I've ever seen in my life.
And it's worth noting, with that 350 breakpoint number it does get to, it means that you can actually utilize 1 double turbo energy if you needed to. Doesn't matter here, though. Look at all that energy. That is what makes Lugia absolutely disgusting to play. Look at all this energy's come out of nowhere. 5 energy. Special roll. 350 KO. Big swing turn.
Brought to you by Archeops and Primal Turbo. One of the strongest abilities ever printed on a Pokemon card. I will go out on a limb and say that. And now as we go back to Clement, what do you do if you're Clement here? You flip the script to get Bencher, Radiant, Alakazam.
Panic. You
panic,
you keep it moving for a game free. The problem is, right, it's what's so annoying to play about getting Lugia. You have to deal with this Cinchino. You can't leave it. No. You can't think, oh, let me try and pick up 2 prize cards here, because if you don't, you just go, oh, special roll again. Like, you just, And with the Mist energy, you can't even try and, KO with Phantom Dive, you can't even do it with that.
But then you have the double jeopardy then, because then you have to deal with it in the active, but then you trigger gift energy, so INO's useless.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Iron Hand has the legacy energy as well.
Yep. Oh, hold on. TM Evolution.
Oh, okay. wait. How much HP does Cinchino have? Yes, okay. So you couldn't do a little bit of a Radiant Alakazam.
No, if it was a 60 HP Cinchino, that would have worked, but no, a little bit short, unless... Oh, hold on.
Hawlucha? Hawlucha with the flying entry will put 1 damage counter on 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So here's what I'm thinking. For Hawlucha, we'll put 1 extra damage on the Iron Hands and 1 wherever. Doesn't matter. Then, Radiant Alakazam has a Painful Spoons ability that lets you move 2 damage counters from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another. So you'd move it from the Iron Hands to the Cinchino. That would now have 70 damage on it. TM Devolution removed the Cinchino, so it gets de-evolved. Whoops, Mincino only has... Wait, Mist Energy stops that, though.
No, it's effective attacks.
Yeah, Miss Energy would stop TMD though, right?
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it will.
It would.
Oh, yes, it would. Oh, no. Does he realize? Oh, no, the jamming tower's in play.
Oh, yeah, and the jamming tower.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's so many things wrong with that.
Yeah.
Would have been a fun turn, though.
It would have been.
It looked like that was getting hard up there for a second.
Wait, hold on. Does Clement play an enhanced hammer? That would have to be it.
I mean, they can also replace the stadium or Lost Vacuum it away, actually.
Yeah. Oh, Lost Vacuum away, but then the mist energy is still there, though, right? Because then
mist energy is still there, though.
Yeah, is there an enhanced hammer in the list?
All right, let's just see. Temple of Sinnoh!
Yes!
Of course! Temple of Sinnoh. Okay, so there was a few hurdles that Clement needed to get around. But okay, so let's talk about that play again then. So flying entry, 2 damage counters onto Iron Hands. Painful Spoons moves it from the Iron Hands to the Cinccino. That means if Temple of Sinnoh now turns off mist energy, so that means you can TM Devolution, remove the Cinccino to the hand, which now means the Cinccino have 70 damage on it. That's enough for a knockout.
What a galaxy brain play here from Clement, finding the one way to get back in this. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. The Lugia V-Star gets the evolve too, but yeah, with the Temple of Sinnoh down, the Cinccino gets KO'd. That's what a phenomenal play from Clement there.
That's nice. Forgot about the Temple of Sinnoh. So many ways needed to get around that. Temple of Sinnoh comes up clutch. Now, does still mean we're boss's orders away from winning, though? Yeah, you just Tempest Dive.
Oh wait, hold on. If you have the Lugia V-Star,
well, it's definitely in hand. We've got de-evolved, right?
Yes. Yeah, it is. So then, all you need is boss's orders. You can KO the Rotom V.
Yep. Rotom V.
So yeah, Clement has found the best solution here to like your situation. Blood Moon Saloon. That's not going to do the trick.
Oh, not quite yet. Still into boss's orders. Great attacker though. Blood Moon does 240.
Yeah, that's true. But still needs quite a bit of energy to power up to do that. Actually, with Joshua...
boss's orders, the...
Holucha, oh yeah.
At any point as well, actually.
Yeah, just to amp you very much, that's very true.
We need a stadium replacement. Oh, that's a good point. Oh, it does play 2 copies of Jamming Tower. Yeah. Okay, so we can also Tempest Dive to get rid of the Temple of Sinnoh as well.
Yeah. I guess that's probably what you have to do. Oh, that TM Devo should be gone.
That TM Devolution should be discarded. Hopefully we'll try and get word down to the table to get that TM Devolution discarded.
Yeah, so evolving to Lugia V-Star, yeah, it was just brought back into the hand. There is an energy in hand, the mist energy, so you can just attach that. And yeah, you can at least do Tempest Dive for... Oh wait, no, you can't! The Temple of Sinnoh turns off the double turbo. You can't attack!
It does.
Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
What have we missed there?
That doesn't
work.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
That's going to go straight back. Yeah,
I think Joshua just realized, hold on, I can't, double turbo is only providing 1 colorless energy right now.
Yeah, I was just trying to work out, we haven't missed something there. So yeah, Temple of Sinnoh does turn off that double turbo energy. So now what we're effectively looking at here is a Lugia V-Star with 3 energy attack. There goes the TM Devolution. So yeah, I think it's going to be an evolve and pass.
That Temple of Sinnoh putting in so much work right now. And to be fair, also you mentioning about, Iron Hands, amp you very much, but the legacy energy shut off as well. So yeah, that Temple of Sinnoh is putting in so much hurt to Joshua. With this, Clement now has the opportunity to make a huge comeback here.
Yeah. Okay, right. Well, over to Clement's side of the board here. Has a little bit of breathing room now. We do see quick search being activated for an Arven. And now that Jamming Tower's gone, there we go. Sparkling Crystal is now live. Remember, it's a tool card attached to a Terra Pokemon, reduces the attack cost by 1. Can be a colored energy as well.
Yeah, and the Rare Candy is there grabbed as well. The Dragapult's already in hand, so we can Rare Candy into the Dragapult. The Psychic Energy's in hand, so you attach that and Sparkling Crystal, and you're up and running again with your Dragapult. I've got to say, huge, full credit to Clement here, playing like someone far beyond the experience that, he was demonstrated from the accomplishments list. This is insanely high-level heads-up play from Clement here. I'm super impressed.
Really is. Playing to your outs, all you can do is, that's all you can do in these scenarios. Remember, Clement is currently 1-0 up, so if Clement manages to navigate out of this, he will be finding himself in top 4. Okay, I mean, Joshua, there is no way for Clement to win exactly this term. Not quite. Joshua is only 2 prize cards away. But, if you see Hisuian Heavy Ball being played, Clement Webb to consult the prize. I don't think there was any basic Pokemon in the prizes, so that's just going to get shuffled up.
You know what's rough with Joshua? I think the reason why he couldn't do anything is because he announced the attack.
Yeah, so you couldn't primal
turbo. Yeah, because that's something important to mention. When you declare attack, your turn is over. Here comes the counter catcher.
Interesting.
Okay.
This is interesting because Tempest Dive could be used next turn easily to get rid of that stadium. Iron Hands is now in the active. Remember, Legacy Energy is turned off. Yeah. So if that stays there and gets KO'd, It's not going to be very nice there for Clement, for Joshua, I should say.
Yeah, I think he's doing that to make sure, because Iron Hands has a very hefty retreat cost, right? And right now, Jet Energy isn't doing anything.
And you can't even pay retreat right now because the double turbo energy doesn't count as 2.
No, exactly. So I think Clement is doing this to kind of force Joshua to burn through a lot of resources. But I mean, God, Joshua's hand is so unworkable right now. There's really not much of anything going. I mean, how much energy is even left in the deck? That's another question.
Yeah. Oh,
I see 1 double turbo, 2.
One jet.
Okay, it's literally just a double turbo and a jet energy.
Oh, no, 2 jet. 2 jet.
2 jet, okay. But either way, it's not a lot. Like,
no, it's really not a lot.
This is something that's very, very hard with Lugia deck. When you get to the late stages of the game, you know you're running very, very low on energy cards. And especially in a situation like this where the Temple of Sinnoh's in play, you have to discard so much from his Iron Hands to, you know, be able to retreat it. And if you do that, I mean, you're probably not attacking with it again. It's vulnerable to Phantom Dive on the bench. And with the jet energy in full, or rather, with the Temple of Sinnoh again in play, the mist energy isn't doing anything. Yeah, Joshua's just in a really bad way here.
Joshua's in a lot of trouble, right? I'm just trying to work this out. If you retreat this Iron Hands, attack with Lugia V-Star, Tempest Star, go to Temple of Sinnoh. If you was to then Painful Spoons, 20 damage from Iron Hands to the Lugia, Phantom Dive KOs, Lugia V-Star, and Iron Hands on the bench, right?
Yeah, that wins you the game.
That wins you the game. That's 4 prize cards right there.
Yeah, you're right.
So gonna have to, and there's no mist energy now, so you can't prevent that from happening.
Oh, that's so rough. And yeah, I think Joshua recognizes the direness of the situation here. It's really, he's thinking about. So the problem is he wants to attach more energy to this Iron Hand so that he can make effective use of, you know, the legacy energy later on, but you also, I think, he recognizes that the game's not going to go on long enough. I think, just 1 Primal Turbo attaching a double turbo to the active, another one attaching an energy to the bench. You can now, go ahead and Tempest Dive, but you're not taking a KO. Sure, you're getting rid of the Temple of Sinnoh, but okay, I guess there is the one saving grace about this. It does mean the mist energy is turned back on. So you can't type it, but
that's not relevant. No,
not at all. Yeah, you don't care about that because this is the thing you want to hit in the active anyway. In a way, Joshua's kind of playing right into Clement's hands. Now that I think about it,
can do.
Yeah,
I hope that Clement doesn't see it. I think my maths is correct there, right?
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. Yeah, so Tempest Dive is going to come in here, 220 damage because the Temple of Sinnoh turns off the damage reduction from the double turbo. Yeah, but there it is. I think you're totally right. So
let's see.
Draw for turn. Let's see if he sees it.
Okay, so we need to see Painful Spoons move 20 damage from Iron Hands to active Lugia V-Star. Here we go. There's the activation. Yeah. There we go. So just going to take that 2 there. I'll make it easy for us. Oh, no.
Oh, just 1. You only need 1.
Oh, only needs 1.
Yeah, and then Phantom Dive,
and then
that's
Phantom Dive, 200 damage into the active. 6 damage counters on the bench. Iron Hands EX, and Clement takes game 2 here in our top 8 feature match here at the Lille Regional Championships, and Clement secures his slot in top 4.
What a match. Clement putting on, again, a fearsome display of the power of Dragapult EX and playing like a player many, many years his senior. What a great display from Clement there.
Yeah, absolutely love that. You know what, going into that game, I thought Lugia V-Star was going to be heavily favored. A lot of just high HP Pokemon that Dragapult doesn't really want to deal with. However, putting on a masterclass there. The Raging Alakazam coming here, there, and everywhere. And it's really interesting to see because we saw in Dortmund the Ryuki Dragapult deck didn't play the Pidgeot, right? It had no backup options. But now we're seeing the strength of that Pidgeot because being able to piece together that Wombo combo turn, being able to get around the stadium, use the Pidgeot to de-evolve. What a turn that was.
Yeah, let's go back through the whole game. Let's take a look back at that whole series because there's a lot to go over here, Shay.
Yeah, here we go. So this was game 1, right? Where Joshua was just forced into a suboptimal start, made that big turn 1 play to try and get 2 Archeops in discard pile, couldn't do it, had to take a turn off.
Yeah, and Clement just had that really early Phantom Dive as well, putting so much pressure so quickly, and yeah, just missing that double Archeops, forced to go with just the 1 Archeops, and Joe tried his best to mount some attacks, but then realizing, wait, I'm 10 damage short with the KO from Mampy very much, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, and that 10 just proves you. We've seen how many times in this match we've seen 10 damage, 20 damage just being the biggest thing. Here we see in game 2, Joshua had a much better start, right? Was able to get both Archeops in play. I think it was turn 2 as well. Ampu very much as early as turn 2. And that, with the jamming tower as well, let's not forget that, by the way.
Yeah.
And that's all Joshua really needed to do. Played it really well, at least in these early turns. There we do see the Ampu very much. And Clement, was immediately on the back foot. You know, anytime I haven't started to consider attacking with a Pidgeot of all things, but there I think was the masterful turn there, getting rid of the Mincino and spreading damage onto the Iron Hands, which proved to be super impactful.
Yeah, and then Joshua was able to get the big response there, KO, with the Chinchino. At this point we thought, oh, surely Joshua has the game locked up, Clement has nothing left, but Clement was saying, oh, no, casters, I've got a plan in mind, and it involves TM Devolution, it involves Temple of Sinnoh, and it involves Pidgeot, and it involves me taking the comeback right here.
Wow, what a turn that was. Had to overcome so many hurdles to be able to do that, all with the Forest Hill Stone currently in the prize cards, but TM Devolution was all she wrote. This prior damage here onto the Iron Hands proved so impactful because that led Clement to take a monstrous 4-prize turn, and poor Joshua couldn't really do much about it. But yet here we do see that last turn here, Painful Spoons moving the damage, big 4-prize turn, and Clement secures his slot in top 4.
Clement Courbois, take a bow. You have more than earned your place in top 4. I think that's safe to say from the match that we just witnessed.
Yeah, played that masterfully well, because both players, especially in that game too, didn't draw really well. I mean, I guess Joshua kind of did draw really well.
Yeah, he
Clement really didn't. So to be able to piece together that turn with the Devolution was so cool. Being able to just, you know, think, right, hold on, I've got the miss, I need to get around that, and that the sequence that perfectly. Because if you did that at if any cards were played in the wrong order, absolutely, it would have been disastrous.
Yeah, but you played it absolutely perfectly, and yeah, with that sequence of plays, more than earned his spot on top 4, like I just said. And honestly, after seeing a display like that, I have a funny feeling that his first accomplishment might be Lille Regional Champion. Maybe that's a bit bold to claim so early on, but you know
what I mean? Anything can happen now. I've just got to keep winning. Imagine if Dragapult wins 2 in a row. Who would have seen that coming?
Yeah. I mean, Ross maybe would be very, very happy. I'm sure he's kicking off and screaming somewhere here backstage. Well, actually, no, that's not true. He's probably off getting ready for an interview, isn't he?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, not quite ready yet, but we can't wait to hear what Clement has to say about that match when that is ready for you. For the rest of top 4 then, what are you thinking? We know 2 of the people in top 4 already, but I think there's 1 match still going, so how do you feel about top 4 in terms of how things are shaping up?
Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how it does pan out. We'll have a quick confirmation of how the standings will be featuring. So while in the meantime, while we grab that, let's quick it down to Barish, who's going to have Clement there ready for an interview.
Thank you so much, Shay. And I'm standing here with our winner of our first top 8 game on stream. How are you feeling, Clement?
Great. I got really lucky to be there. I wasn't expecting to go that far. And I keep going, so...
I mean, Dragapult has been one of our caster picks, and it didn't do too well last weekend in Louisville. So how did that impact your decision to bring it to this tournament and make it so far?
I already chose the deck before the start of the season. There was 3 regional in Europe with the same game.
The same deck?
And I tried out this deck since like 2 months ago, and I haven't moved. Like 1 card different from Dortmund, and I keep going with it, and it's working.
So you said you felt lucky during this game. How do you approach the Lugia matchup, or how do you feel going into the Lugia matchup with the tools you have in your deck?
It depends on Lugia. Some of them have different techs. Joshua had really strong techs against me with multiple Minchino. So if he starts accelerating energy on them, I need to kill them. But if not, most of the Lugia matchup, I just wait for them to attack with Lugia, and I kill the
match. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with you.
Thank you.
We're throwing back to the casters.
Absolutely love hearing that there from Clement. You know, like we said, a minimum of top 4, and he could only need to win 2 more to get himself there in the final and win. And quite honestly, with that absolute masterclass display, I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Now, we do know like 3 of the top 8 games already. I believe Kaiwin and James are still playing. They're 1-1 currently, so I'm sure that match is an absolute nail-biter. As soon as we know the results of that match, of course, we will let you know. But yeah, in the meantime, I think we're about ready for our next round of the community prediction brackets.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, I've only managed to play this once, and I got a dub. Come on, I'm all about the W's, me, so I'm excited to see how this one pans out. I think this one probably isn't going to be 91-8 though, is it?
Oh, I didn't know, probably not with the 2 card feature. Let's get the community bracket up here, so just to remind you guys of where we are currently. So we are only 2 more away from finishing this. Somehow, Galvantula has made its way into the finals. I guess in the chat, loving a bit of Galvantula action there. We're very well defended by Ross, to be fair. But then we have something I'm very happy about. I'm going to be having the Terapagos EX, and you are getting Teal Mask Ogapon. It seems like I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I'll take this. It's going to be this is going to be a really star-studded one. It ain't going to be 91-9. I can tell you that for free. So, Deck, you played as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit biased on my part, but maybe that'll help give a little bit more gusto to my defense of Terrapagos, I think.
Yeah. So in case you guys don't know what's going on here, we're about to get 30 seconds each to pitch those cards to you. I'll be pitching till Muskoka, Pon Freya will be pitching Terrapagos EX, sorry, a bit. And then you guys get to vote on Twitch on which pitch you feel is better or what your favorite card is, and the winner will go face Galvantula of all things in the final.
Yeah, not a final for the community prediction bracket I've expected to see. Very important to note, like we always like to remind you guys, you have to vote on Twitch. You can watch along on YouTube, that's totally fine, but the voting is only on Twitch, so get over onto twitch.tv if you want to get your votes in for this community prediction bracket.
Yep, that sounds good to me. So, feeling confident?
Confident enough?
No, I'm feeling confident. I want to win. See, I want to win. Like I said, if you could earn championship points from the community bracket, I think I'd be #1 right now.
I think so. I mean,